Hey everyone. As for the first question on capitalism and propaganda in both films, the one in Parasite pits different classes of people against each other. The work of low class feeds the profits of the upper class, and the profits of the upper class is a system that requires codependency, not unlike Parasite and its host. But the question Parasite poses is who is the parasite and who is the host? In a capitalistic society, the gap between classes ensures that one class of people live with constant overabundance, while the other class of people live in constant scarcity. With the fixed amount of money unusually distributed, this guarantees that there will always be those who have too much, and there will always be some that have too little. Those who have too little will always want to become of those who have too much. Parasite follows a lower class family that deceives their way up to the upper class before they can fly too close to the sun. Parasite first establishes the barriers between the two classes. Bong Joon-ho does this visually by contrastly staging lines or physical barriers between the characters, separating them by class. The effect is done largely by Dong-ik, who repeats many times that he doesn't want the driver crossing the line. And as for Forrest Gump is not really a piece of propaganda, but many feel it's a portrait of a man moving through a number of decades and political seasons that are represented in a non political fashion, allowing the perceived response to be colored by the viewer's own belief system. As I see it, Forrest Gump was a magically whimsical and wretchedly apolitical story of a slow-taking, slow-witted southerner who wanders through decades of American history, touching the lives of great and obscure. Yet Forrest displays a courage under the fire of a soldier during the Vietnam War. And sure, he doesn't protest against the war on his return home, but they say that doesn't mean he is represent Nixon's slow majority. As for the formal context in both films that I saw, I prefer Forrest Gump because when looking into the formal context, we see that people treat each other civil, I suppose. We don't really get to see how many people treat each other within the film. We mostly focus on Forrest and many people that treat him like a person that first points others that meet with him. Others who have known him for a while treat him like a person and a friend and show him that they care for him to a good extent. This means a slow extent is pretty funny in my opinion. I say this because when we first meet Forrest, he is sitting at the bus stop and telling a random woman his life story. And then we focus more on the first lady that treated him like a person instead of a stranger who she tried to do. She tried to ignore him and carry on what he was doing without giving him attention. However, other people meet at the bus stop, give him the time of the day, and talk to him. One lady mother remembers the assassination of JFK. He was talking about it. That gave her a reason to say something because she remembered the event in question. The other two people I remember were old and could be seen as that. They were old alone and to hear something. One treated him like nuts, and the old lady was very interested in his tale. People live in a normal society following the frame of the 1940s and onwards until 1980, I believe. People just acting within that time frame. The dress styles always following the 1940s feel, making sure they follow the market research to make sure everything sells correctly within an audience. The older generation within the film agreed that what was shown on screen. That's all I really have for the questions.